The war in Afghanistan has brought increased global attention to the ongoing Afghan refugee crisis. This crisis represents one of the largest refugee populations in the world. According to UN sources, more than 5 million Afghan refugees require basic necessities and medical care for their continued survival. This crisis continues to grow rapidly as Afghanis flee the continued fighting in their homeland and seek shelter in Pakistan, Iran, and other neighboring countries. Of these 5 million refugees, approximately 2 million are women and 2.5 million are children. In Pakistan alone, as many as 1 million Afghan refugee children are orphans. Throughout the cities and truck stops of Pakistan, these children can be seen eating out of the garbage in order to survive. In Afghan refugee camps, young girls suffer sexual violations, which have become rampant, a reality which would not normally arise to this degree in traditional Afghani culture. Thousands of women in Afghan refugee camps are pregnant. According to the United Nations World Health Organization, Afghanistan has the highest labor-related death rate in the world. More than 1 mother in every 100 dies in childbirth. But in the Afghan refugee camps of Pakistan, the death rate is much higher. One of the most compelling conditions existing in the Afghan refugee camps of Pakistan is preteen pregnancies. Countless refugee girls become pregnant before the age of 11, and 4 out of 5 die during childbirth. Some of these girls are routinely molested from an early age by camp residents, visiting militants, or other camp visitors, who are often under the influence of alcohol or drugs. This premature sexual stimulation often results in premature menstrual cycles, leading to tragic preteen pregnancy. In some tribal traditions, a girl becomes eligible for marriage as soon as she has her menstrual cycle. In other tribal traditions, a girl may be promised in marriage at a very early age, placing the honor of both families at stake until the marriage actually occurs. However, if a promised girl is rumored to have been unfaithful or becomes pregnant out of wedlock, even as a result of rape, she dishonors both families, the community, and the tribe. She is labeled Kari, meaning black woman, and is subjected to immediate justice. The tribal law of Karo Kari requires her to be killed in order to restore the honor of the groom's family and the entire community. To spare her life, the Kari's family may maim her by disfiguring her nose, ears, or face. If they fail to adequately shame her, the family of the intended groom may demand her death. In this instance, the groom's family would likely cut her throat or stone her to death. Those who survive these assaults and the latent infections are considered outcast by the community. Such girls must often resort to prostitution to survive. At this point, abusive clients and sexually transmitted diseases become their greatest adversaries. Should a girl become pregnant again, the cycle of survival for herself and her children becomes increasingly difficult. It is not unusual to see well-fed child prostitutes dressed in elaborate costumes with babies on their hips, signaling their trained services with their hands. Some of these girls are pregnant with their second child and are still not even shoulders height to the men they serve. Abdul Wahid Siddiqui, a retired Supreme Court Justice of Pakistan, says that a prostitution market also exists for young boys. Without the use of condoms, young girls risk repeated pregnancies and sexually transmitted diseases, adding to the pandemic spread of the AIDS virus. The untold tragedy of preteen pregnancy lies hidden behind a curtain of shame, shrouded in long-standing misery. Whether eating out of the garbage, working poppy fields, or participating in prostitution, young Afghani boys and girls are trapped in living conditions which they cannot escape. It is estimated that approximately 52,000 Soviet soldiers died over the course of 8 years during the Soviet-Afghanistan War. Approximately 60,000 U.S. soldiers died over the course of the war in Southeast Asia. Such tremendous loss of human life deeply affected the morale of both the United States and Russia. In comparison to these combat casualties, it is estimated that 45,000 young Afghani girls die each year in what can only be termed a silent war, a war on children, a war on innocence, a war carried out in the trenches of survival.
مستان سلامت میکنه وان عمر باقی را بگو مستان سلامت میکنه مستان سلامت میکنه سلامت میکنم. وان شور و سردارا بگو، وان شور و سردارا بگو، مستم سلامت میکنم.